we usually like to talk about funny shit, random ass topics, but we're gonna get a little serious. Today there was a tragedy that happened in our own hometown. Some coward walked up in a supermarket and started shooting up the place, and there was a mass shooting, and people died, people were injured, and it's just horrible that things like this still happen. And I'm literally at a loss for words. It literally hurts talking about this. Like it sucks so bad. My condolences to everybody involved in this tragedy, families, everybody, police officers. It's horrible. And yeah, just a quick moment of silence for those we lost today. See the new Doctor Strange?
I did. Did you?
No, I didn't. But I watched Spider-Man.
I didn't think you watched the new Doctor Strange film. Why would I expect you to?
I watched Spider-Man though.
Mr. Marvel.
I mean,
oh, you did watch Spider-Man.
I did.
Did you like it?
Yeah, it was awesome. I watched it with Jackie. We watched it in parts. I watched like the first fucking hour and a half, and then watched like the second part, the last half hour, probably like 4 days later. But I finished it, man.
Good.
It was a good movie. I really like how the old Spider-Mans came back, and he fucked up.
Did you still feel? Because I know it was spoiled. You knew that was gonna happen.
I knew that they were involved.
Was it still dope when they came out?
Like, what was dope to me, bro? You know what was so fucking dope when I was watching, and then Daredevil popped up. Yeah. I was like, oh shit! And it was just know that? He was just that cameo. I did not know that. I'm so glad I didn't know that.
That's dope.
And it was just dope as fuck seeing him as the lawyer. I'm like, oh, so they're gonna start involving the Defenders. Like, that's why
they might not do the Defenders. Yeah, yeah. They're not.
No, like not saying the team, but I'm saying the members, like involving. No. You don't think so? Why would he
Matt
just
Murdock,
pop up?
Maybe Kingpin.
No Luke Cage.
Punisher, I think is gonna stay on.
You think the one from whatever Fox? Was that Fox?
No, the Punisher from Netflix.
Netflix, right?
John Berth.
Yeah, John
Berthel.
Yeah,
Berthel.
Frank Castle. I mean, that's always his name, right?
Yeah, he was a Marine.
Yeah.
You don't think Iron Fist? Iron Fist would be dope as fuck added into the
I wasn't a fan of Iron Fist.
They're not gonna bring
really?
them in.
Yeah.
They're not gonna bring them in.
Iron Fist was fire, man.
Yeah. But
Jessica Jones? What about Jessica Jones?
I never seen that either.
She was
I never seen the Netflix shows. I never seen the Punisher or the Daredevil on Netflix. I never seen none of those.
No, come on.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see what's next in this multi.
Well, for you, it's Doctor Strange.
Yeah, that's somewhere.
But we do have someone with us that did see Doctor Strange, and without spoiling it for Tito, what did you think about that?
I thought it was. I think it was a little bit overhyped.
I think so too.
Because like you watched, what was it? I always get the names wrong of the Spider-Mans, but whatever the last one was, like you knew a lot of stuff was gonna happen. And then you heard rumors about who was going to pop up. So you already went in there with crazy expectations. And like you basically met every expectation when you went to see that. Mm-hmm. So then when they introduced this movie, your Multiverse of Madness, you're already thinking like, damn, like we're going to see Wolverine. We're going to see this guy. We're going to see...
I think it's a perfect example when speculation becomes expectation. Mm-hmm. So watching it, I was a bit underwhelmed. Good movie. Good sequel to Doctor Strange. But a little underwhelming.
I think we just got spoiled.
Yeah.
and we were expecting it.
I'm glad you guys tippy-toed around not spoiling anything.
What do you think?
And I greatly appreciate that.
With all the spoiling and shit that happens with movies these days, it's like it's hard to stay away from it. Like, you think that's changed the movie experience?
Yeah, but I literally didn't watch Spider-Man until it came out on DVD.
No.
And I didn't know that he was going to do a spell where everybody would forget who he is. Right. Didn't know that was going to happen. That was crazy.
I don't know about y'all, but someone like me, I'm always looking at videos that are telling you what might happen. Like,
no, I'd rather be. I'd like to be surprised,
and it kind of spoils it for me. And I'll go watch the movie. I'm not.
Stop
not
doing that.
Yeah.
Stop doing that.
Yeah.
What's the point? What's the point of watching a movie if you're gonna know what's gonna happen?
Yeah.
This ain't the WWE.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, sometimes it works in your favor though, because I knew Toby was gonna pop up, and I knew that
I knew based on the commercials, and it was like.
It was announced based on the news and rumors.
It was announced like way before. I remember seeing a picture. They were all three on a studio. They took a picture together, and I'm like,
but they were denying that. They were saying that was fake.
But it's
But even if like the Doctor Strange commercial, they basically spoiled an appearance of a character in the commercial based on like you'll know if you see it. Yeah, if you watched the last one before like the movie came out, and I still shit my pants when he appeared.
Oh, I think I know exactly what you're talking about. Does it have to do with red and blue?
It has to do with the.
We're gonna go past whatever you're trying to imply here. But which Spider-Man is your favorite? If you had to choose one out of the three.
Not Toby, Andrew Garfield's.
Andrew Garfield.
Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Toby's.
Toby.
I mean, he's my second.
Not the Venom one. Not the Venom one was trash.
Oh yeah, but that doesn't count. That's like Godfather 3.
Yeah, the first two though were fire.
Yeah, for sure.
Against the Green Goblin and stuff.
The part 2 was
I would say
one of the best.
I would say the first one.
Movies.
I think the first one was my favorite. I remember going to the theater as a kid, watching it the first day it came out, and with great power comes great responsibility.
I remember always saying that the Hulk was better than Spider-Man.
I used to just write that on my folder.
I'm in like different.
The 6th grade and looking at that before a math test and just like, I'm gonna fucking ace this math test. You know what I mean? This math test.
Yeah.
You don't think you think Spider-Man's better than Hulk?
No, when in grammar school, I used to say that the Hulk, the one with Eric Bana, was better than the Green Goblin Spider-Man.
That's
just
horrible,
to be different. Because everybody, Spider-Man. I'm like, man, the Hulk was better than that shit. 20 years later, no, it didn't hold up.
So as far as character-wise, you like the second one the most, and you like
out of the Tobys? Oh,
out of the three. Tom Holland.
Andrew.
Are we saying the character or are we fan of the actor?
The character, the way he portrayed Spider-Man.
Holland to me. I mean, I
think Holland was the best actor. I just think my favorite character was the first one.
Yeah, me too. That's how I feel.
You know what I mean?
To each their own.
So Holland's cool.
Plus, Holland was actually the age of Spider-Man.
Yeah, that's what made it. Yeah, and then the voice.
I liked Andrew. I liked his the thing he had with MJ. It just seemed so natural. Not MJ. Her name was not MJ.
It's Gwen.
Gwen Stacy. Their little back and forth. It just seems so natural and cute.
Yeah. What celebrity of Holland statue would like make you starstruck? Like if you were to see this person in public, you just like be like,
dead or alive or alive? Obviously alive, right?
Let's go alive.
All right.
Live right now.
I think Mark Wahlberg would make a good Spider-Man.
Mark Wahlberg? Not for me though. I think I don't know, man. Off the top of my head, so many names. I mean, you got one in mind?
Are you going just movie star or
no? Just
it's celebrity. This could be
celebrity,
an athlete,
right?
Derek Jeter. I mean, that's not even a. If I saw Derek Jeter in person, I have no idea what I would do.
Derek Jeter's good.
No idea what I would do.
It's good, but
I mean, what do you mean it's good? It's the only choice.
He'd be in a suit.
Who cares?
He wouldn't
Looking
care
cool
about
as
you.
shit.
He's not going to care about you. He's going to look at you and just be like,
that's okay because he's the captain. He doesn't care about anything. That's just his
wins.
competitive mentality.
Yeah, he's just gonna like sign something and just walk on.
Yeah,
not care about how your day's going.
Yeah, but on this mic we got over here, we got a new guest today. Very special guest. We have Joseito. Should I say current active military or I'm not former military? How would I address that?
I mean, I'm still in.
Okay, so active military police officer. Thank you for your service, sir, and thank you for coming on the Hold That Thought podcast.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, well,
welcome.
Thank you.
Obviously, we just shoot the shit here. There's no research done and
give you all the facts without any research.
Yeah, pretty much. But did you see the NFL season schedule released?
I did.
Yeah,
I'm excited.
I am excited.
We kick off the NFL year.
Yeah, we got 5 primetime games, and
five.
I mean, the Bills Mafia.
Wow.
Buffalo Bills.
I'm so ready.
I have a bad thoughts about the schedule.
Let it out.
Oh God, what do you mean? Like bad thoughts?
So, I've been a Bills fan all my life. Obviously, we all have been through 18 years, 17, 18 of just the worst, right?
Yeah.
And I've been spoiled these last few years. Like, now I know how it feels like to be, like, living in Boston, like, when Brady was taking over, because it was almost like you're expecting at least 12 wins a year, 13 wins a year.
Right.
And last year, I looked at the schedule, and I was like, we're not winning more than 10 games, and we got surprised or whatever. And they obviously got better when the playoffs started, and then we lost the flukiest way possible. But anyways, this is going to be an unpopular opinion, but looking at the schedule, I think we're going 17-0. I think we're going 17-0. I don't know.
Yes,
I agree with you, sir.
100% agree.
I don't see any
with
like
that.
honestly look like
Let's go. If you're thinking that, let's go 20-0. Because what 20-0 means.
that's Super Bowl.
Exactly.
Okay.
I do like that we're the first game of the season.
Yeah, me too.
Against the Rams.
The whole world's gonna be watching.
Yeah, I mean the whole world's been watching already.
I like that.
There's this guy, number 17. He's got the city on his back, so I feel good. I feel good about my chances.
MVP this year?
Hopefully.
I mean, he
That'd
was
be
there
dope.
last year. He's been it for the past 2 years.
Yeah, I mean, let's be real.
To everybody with common sense, unless your name is like Sam McDougal or Tony.
Yeah.
Or Stephen A.
Yeah, Stephen
Stephen
A.
A.
or just
Boogie
I don't know,
McFarlane.
man. Just people that don't think, they don't think things through. They root for franchises like the Ravens and the Patriots.
Right.
Shit is annoying.
Chris Rock is coming to Buffalo June 4th. Anybody going?
I didn't even know he was coming.
Yeah, I didn't know till about an hour ago.
I guarantee he doesn't talk about anything.
He might.
He's just gonna have a normal stand-up routine, which might be great, by the way. But
You don't think he'd have like a bit for the people up front?
nah, man. He's just gonna get everybody to sell out tickets and get everybody there and not talk nothing.
There was
about
only
it.
a couple left. I looked some up. There was only a couple left. Like,
I think he's riding on the coattails of what happened at the Oscars.
yeah.
And that's probably why he's selling so many tickets. But
Yeah, he sold out so many shows after that. So.
I don't think he's as funny as people make it seem.
Really?
Yeah, I don't.
I actually
What was
think
that
Chris
movie
Rock
he
is
had
funny.
where he died and he came back as that white dude?
Down to Earth.
That was a good movie.
I love that movie.
That was a funny movie.
Tiger Woods, y'all.
I couldn't think of the name. I was trying to think of it the other day.
Yeah. Speaking of Tiger Woods, I golfed for the first time this season.
How'd it go?
Not that great, but let me tell you, the start of it, glorious. So I went right after work and I met up with Dave and we played 18 and first hole par. It's my first time playing since last year. Parred on the first hole. I hit a drive right up the middle, nice chip, nice putt, parred. It was downhill after that. It was a bunch of sevens, bunch of eights, but all in all, I had a great time, and golf is good, man. We need to get out golfing.
Did you bring out the iron?
I brought out the iron, all right. and I let it rip.
Fuck.
So
We were talking about
I didn't play good.
we were talking about Marvel movies, and we're coming up on 30 films, with Thor being the 29th and Wakanda Forever being the 30th Marvel MCU film.
When is Ant-Man coming out?
Which one?
Ant-Man.
There's another
That's
Ant-Man.
next year.
Next year.
Yeah, next year.
There's another Ant-Man.
Ant-Man and
The Wasp.
no, it's called Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Quantumania.
Quantumania, yeah, next year. Yeah.
Okay.
But my question was, do you think we'll outlive the Marvel Universe?
Ooh, I don't know. The way it's going now, I don't think so.
Like, do you think we'll be in our 60s going to fucking see whoever the fuck we
Yeah.
have?
Yes, I'm 60.
X-Men, maybe?
Spider-Man
I mean,
on the way home, part 96,
Right.
with some other random young British kid.
Miles Morales Jr.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. I do enjoy all the Marvel movies.
I'll be there when I'm 60,
Yeah,
even 70. If Marvel's still pushing,
we're already invested. We've been
I'll be
in there
there.
since we were like, what, 20?
probably get a senior discount.
but while we have a current military and police officer, Jose, I got a question for you. What's the hardest part of your job?
Which
You-
one?
A and B. Give me an answer for both.
All right, for the military is trying to take care of people and like their needs and their wants, trying to be fair and partial. And I guess for the police is
Fair and partial. You mean like what do you exactly do for the military? Are you involved like in medical or?
yeah, so I'm a medic,
Okay.
but I'm in charge of like a certain amount of people where I got to make sure that they're good to go, like they're on their stuff when it comes to education. Like military side, and I also have to make sure that they're good and squared away on the outside, civilian side. And it's just tough. Like if we deploy somewhere, trying to make sure that I cater to him, one of my troops here, and then she gets neglected because I'm trying to help him out, and she needs help too. Like I have to be aware of like everybody and their issues and their problems, and I don't want anybody to think that I'm just playing favorites. Like it's just stuff like that. Like I try to make it fair and just for everybody.
Okay. And as far as being a police officer,
Trying to convince people like what they're doing is not good, because
simple as that, right?
literally that's it. Like that's the worst part, because everybody's stubborn. I'm stubborn. If I have somebody telling me like, yo, you shouldn't be doing this, like you're gonna get in trouble, and like I'm telling the person and he's like in his 40s or 50s, he's looking at me like, screw you, like I'm older than you, I've been around the block, you're nothing. That's it.
Which job would you say you enjoy more?
Police.
You enjoy being a police officer more? How long have you been a police officer?
6.5 years.
6.5 years.
How
Serving
long
the
have you
city
been in
well.
the military?
17 years.
Gee.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
It's high school.
military must suck if you like the police job for only 6 years, and that's the fucking joint you love.
Yeah. But I'm like,
I appreciate
so
your
close.
service.
Thank you.
So when you decided to go into the military, what made you take the leap to sign on the dotted line?
All right, you guys want like the legitimate truth or like
I want the
Give it to
raw,
us.
uncut,
Raw,
just
behind
straight.
the scenes.
okay.
all that.
So I don't care. I'm not gonna get in trouble. I don't even know if this guy's still alive. But my recruiter used to be smashing so many chicks when I used to walk in to visit him to see what's going on. I didn't know what the hell the Marines were till my senior year. I had no plans to join the military at all until my boy was like, my boy Dre, he was like, yeah, I'm
Shout
gonna-
out Dre.
Yeah, Dre. He's like, hey, I'm gonna join the Marines. You want to join with me? I'm like, yeah, I got shit else going on. I'll do it. I didn't have any plans to have a future. Like, at 17, 18, you're not thinking about your 20s because you're thinking you're just gonna party and like live it up. Then eventually adulthood is gonna slap you up or whatever. But my recruiter used to like bang a lot of chicks in the back of the office, and you know, and you're
back of the office.
in the back of the office, and like I'd walk in there and it's real rapey vibes.
Talk about
I'm not
the
gonna lie to
recruiting
you.
office right there downtown.
The one downtown, yeah.
Now, and what branch military are you? Are you?
We want to send people to the right place.
See, it's funny now because like there's only one branch, like not branch, but like recruiting office in downtown, and they're gonna look at it like, wait, you're talking about that one down there?
Oh, 17 years ago?
17 years ago. Who was there when you signed up? It was 40 years ago. But yeah, he was smashing like chicks all the time, and I'm like, how do I be you? Like, how can I get to that level of like?
That was the one. That was the. You saw that, and that was just
That was it. I wasn't thinking about the
was the
future.
dream.
I wasn't thinking about money or career. I was thinking about like, how am I gonna get into these pants?
Yeah.
That's it. And he was like, dude, it's as easy as joining the Marines.
Did I say I appreciate your service? But go ahead.
Yeah. Dude, and I got honest truth. That's the only reason why I joined, is because I thought I can get any girl that I wanted if they knew I was a Marine. And it worked. I mean, my sex life and my life in general when it comes to women has been like skyrocketed since I signed on that line.
If you're at home right now, kids, and you're even thinking about going to the Marines or any branch.
Think of this triumphant story.
Exactly.
Yeah, dude. I mean, you're not gonna be a virgin all your life, especially if you join like I did.
And you joined the Air Force when you
Marines.
got out of high school? Marines, and then Air Force right after, right? Because you're currently active in the Air Force. Okay.
Yeah, Air Force. Yeah.
What made you go to the Air Force? Did you want to
What was
fly
this?
jet?
Yeah. Good question.
That's a great question. No, not at all. I'm scared of heights and shit.
Do people in the Air Force get like discounts, like on planes?
No.
Really?
Really?
Does being in the Air Force make you excited about Top Maverick coming out? Top Gun Maverick.
Yeah, it does. All my friends have been talking about that movie coming out, and like their favorite movie is Top Gun, and I'm like, dude, you're a poser. Get out of here. Like,
cliche.
yeah.
What's the most fun you've ever had while on duty? Whether it being a police officer or like a time where maybe, you just maybe have goofed off for a bit, but, while on clock,
It wasn't really fun, but when I was in Iraq, we'd have to do fire watch, but basically that's like security where you watch the trucks and stuff in the middle of the night. And like, people don't realize like it gets really, so we're getting shot at all the time, and this is a bunch of stuff happening around us, but like in that time frame, you're not really thinking about that. Like I went back in like 07, 08, so I had like the old iPod Nano and stuff, and like the iPod video. So everybody had that. We all spent $500, $600 on it, whatever. The funnest I've ever had was, I knew one of my buddies, every time he'd have fire watch, he'd go into the porta john at a certain time because he knew that none of us were in there or would go in there, and he'd beat off.
The Porta John?
Yeah, because that's privacy. Like that's like full-fledged privacy.
rub one out.
Yeah, he rubbed one out, and we had the iPods, and like it was breakthrough technology because it was the video, and you could watch like pornos and stuff on there, and he'd watch videos and jack off. So, MREs. They give us
I've had
MREs.
those. My uncle used to send me those.
Meals ready to eat.
Yeah,
I've had the raviolis and the crackers.
So real quick, you're not supposed to eat one of those in one sitting because it's so many calories in it. Like you're not gonna be able to
Feel
shit.
bloated or
Yeah, you probably done it. I've done it too.
Yeah,
It's
it
all
used to be dinner.
Yeah, it's all right. But there's a heating bag in there that you put the MRE in, and you add some water and it heats up. You can actually make that into a bomb.
The heating element.
Yes.
you could turn an MRE into an explosive.
Yes. The powder.
MRE does sound like a bomb.
Yeah, it's an IED. They rhyme. It's an IED basically. So you staple it, and then we would put hot sauce in it. Like they give us Tabasco, and then that can turn into like a bomb where because it steams up first before it blows up. So it's steaming up, and then you have Tabasco in there, and it gives it like a gas where you're breathing it in and you're choking. So what we did was We added some hot sauce, stapled the bag, and then added some water, then stapled the bag. And then there's like every porta john has a chimney, so we threw the bag in the chimney.
Oh God.
To hit the blue juice at the bottom of the porta john, thinking that it was just gonna steam up and he was gonna smell it, start choking. We'd laugh and he'd rush out like, "Okay, breathe out," whatever. It actually like exploded in the porta john, and it was like he
didn't hear it drop in there.
He probably thought it was a shit coming out. Oh. Like, you know what I mean? Like you're pooping, and these are fresh. Dude, these aren't used.
Whoa.
These aren't used porta johns where like there's like mountains of doo doo already in there. These are like fresh porta johns. Like that's like a 7-foot drop when you're taking a poo from your butt to like the water. So it's gonna sound like bloop every time.
That's not a bloop from 7 feet, bro. That's
a meteor, right? No, but the bag wasn't heavy because the bag is kind of lightweight. So it fell. He probably thought it was just poop or whatever. Didn't think anything of it. Then like, you know, and think about it too. He's still beating off.
To this day.
To this day.
Still going.
Legend has it, he's still beating off. No, but it blew up as he was doing it or whatever. Then he comes out, like, you know, pulls his pants up, and like you can tell like when somebody gets caught, like you were definitely jacking off or whatever.
Yeah.
He comes out like fucking screaming, pissed off because he's got like blue juice all over his back.
Blue poop juice.
Blue poop juice. God knows if somebody shit before him, so that's all over his back. And on his iPod.
Blue. You talking about like the porta potty?
The porta potty juice. The
Porta
water.
potty juice.
Yeah.
With the piss and the defecation.
You ever took a piss in one at a Bills tailgate?
No. Oh, piss.
Man.
Yeah, those lines. What the fuck?
There's mountains of doo-doo.
I feel like you have to be a certain type of man to walk through that.
I think you gotta be a certain type of person to take a shit in one of those.
Take a shit? No, I'd never take a shit in that. But I'm talking about
I'd never
piss. I would never take a shit in a. But if
Everybody has to be diarrhea.
I mean at a Bills tailgate, bro, are you kidding me?
I don't know.
With a line of 15 people,
right? They're gonna think you're in there like this boy.
It's gotta be quick shits.
You're either in there beating off or taking a shit. What are you doing?
It's got to just be a quick ass shit. You know what I mean? And next person's gonna walk in. It's not gonna be pleasant. That's that on top of what the porta potty already looks like.
Well, why do you think? See, that's the
you gotta
thing
think of people's aim. You gotta think of the men's aim.
That's the thing, though. People try not so hard not to sit on the fucking toilet seat that they end up shitting on the walls.
Yeah, it's like they're
Then
hovering.
you gotta go in there and see the shit.
Yeah, it's all over the place.
And you might as well just piss on the floor.
Yeah, it's a goddamn crime scene.
A pro tip: if you don't want to sit on a toilet seat, just shit in the urinal part of the porta john. Hey, just give you guys some
The thing
game,
is,
all right?
it took me a while to realize what that was. I always thought it was like a mini sink, but I never realized where the faucet was. I'm like, oh, maybe there's like some button to get the
sink.
faucet out. Whatever.
Your hands went in there?
No, I just
Your
always,
hands go in
I
there?
would see the
Tell us.
Dude, your hands went in there, bro.
I fucked up, but listen, I thought it was a urinal, and I mean, I thought it was a sink, but it was a urinal,
Yeah.
and
I've
now I know to
used
take a piss in there, and they don't have sinks in there.
Who the
It's just
fuck is using
hand
that sink in
sanitizer.
there?
There is no sink. You don't see.
There's a sink in some of them.
No, it's hand sanitizer.
There's like a little sink where you push the little
You
pump.
push it, you pump it, yeah.
You pump the water out with your foot.
Oh, you're lucky.
Nobody using those.
Yeah, those
You're
are like
lucky.
luxury
That's
porta
like
johns.
far and few where you've been.
I've been.
That's in
many
Wisconsin.
places.
That's
Nah,
not
I don't
here.
know. I don't know, but I've seen them.
I've been to some nice golf courses, and them shits is trashed in porta potty.
I've seen some nice porta johns in my life, but that right there.
Either way, I'm just not a fan of the blue poop juice.
No.
This is where that went. So
what happened when it
how's
came
that?
out?
How's that? Yeah, how's that guy
How is
doing?
he?
I don't know, because like as a man, and this is about to go into like pause territory, so I'll try to make it quick.
Yeah.
But as a man, you know, like if you're whacking it or banging or whatever, you hear a crazy noise or something scares the hell out of you, only two things might happen. One, you might probably shit yourself and your shit is gonna go limp, or you're gonna nut. I think at least it's happened to me, right? You guys neither.
That's
That
the
doesn't-
only two options.
only two options. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you guys, just me.
No.
And that guy in Iraq, basically, that was an important.
Yeah. I mean, you guys are
I got
legends,
confused.
apparently.
I got lost somewhere in there.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
Well, when you're frazzled,
Yes. Either two things are gonna happen.
yes, you're either gonna like shy away and like kind of just. If you're banging somebody,
Okay. Right.
and somebody breaks into your house and you hear it and like it scares you,
Right. You're either gonna be scared or you're gonna finish.
are you gonna right? Basically, yeah.
No, is that one?
Yeah. That's it. It's
Yeah.
one of two things.
It's one of the two things, right?
Yeah.
Like it's feasible. Like
The walk in. Imagine the walk in while you're finishing. Like that's got to be a hell of it. Like how
you
do
never been caught whacking off and like you just like finish.
not while as they're walking in where they react
I
I've been caught.
at the exact moment
been
where
caught.
I've been caught.
my
as I'm-
job
as
was
I'm finishing.
finished.
Not when I was finishing. In the act.
So what do you? What's
was
the
in the
face?
act.
You're just.
No, it's,
I wasn't doing that. That's not what I was doing.
those are one of the only situations in the
Why
world
do we
where you
make
get
all
caught.
them weird ass noises?
Or excuses.
Dude, you can get caught doing that, and you're still to your death. You're gonna deny it that it happened.
Right.
Like, dude, my dad caught me, and I looked right at him as I was done, and looked right at him. I covered myself with a towel, and he was like, "Oh,
He gave you a thumbs up, probably.
no!" He walked away. He pretended he didn't even see me. He just closed the door and walked away. And to this day, we don't talk about that day. Like it's like it never happened.
It's code.
It's code. It's
You don't-
never happened.
You don't discuss
Lock that,
it.
you
It's-
lock that away, and
That's a code amongst all human beings.
it will come up one day.
Yeah, like
You
it,
just
It will.
you
That-
keep it moving and you just store it. You store it. You know.
It's
you
the
never.
kinda-
You never restore it. You just store it.
it
That's
comes out like that. That's when you can test your friendship. Like if you ever get mad at your friend, and he pulls that out, pause. Like he's like,
Like that's not your friend.
yeah, that's
that
not your
he
friend.
broke the
That's
code.
not your friend because he violated code.
Like John Moran. John Moran. He broke the code. You know.
Well, the guy that tore his knee up broke the code.
He didn't even.
Wait, what did John Morant do? The
He
basketball
hurt his
player?
knee and then tweeted, and then deleted the tweet after tweeting it. He wrote, "Broke the code," and it was a video of him when Jordan Poole like grabbed his knee. It didn't even look like he got hurt, but he got roasted on Twitter.
Jordan Poole went like this to John Moran's knee.
I don't know.
Dislocated it.
It was dislocated, but I think it was dislocated on another play. But anyway,
Yeah. Back to
what was your most difficult job, being a Marine or in the Air Force?
Oh, being a Marine.
Was more difficult and not even close?
Not even close. No.
I don't think
Why is that?
In the Marines, they kind of condition you to be like a robot and be a slave and like not basically you can't use your brain at all. So go dig this ditch. Go
Just
do
all
this.
brawn.
Yeah, all brawn, no brains. And they don't want you to like question their authority or like why you're doing this. They kind of just expect you to do it. In the Air Force, it's like a job. Like it's almost like going to like a corporate job.
Like a 9 to 5, yeah.
Like a 9 to 5. You're speaking to each other on first name basis.
And you're a medic for Air Force, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you get discounts on Air Force Ones?
Yeah, I do actually. Ironic. Yeah, I do.
You didn't like that?
I like the first one though, the first little jingle because it's kind of scary.
He always messes up. He always just aims for a button, and whatever happens, but it works out.
I thought your finger was gonna snap because that was like a tough like.
yeah. I had to. That was ridiculous.
So you would say that being a Marine's much more difficult than being in the Air Force?
That was probably the worst job I've ever had in my life.
Really?
Toughest.
Really?
Toughest. Yeah.
Explain. What did you do as a Marine? What was your job classification?
So I was basically driving and fixing trucks and Humvees. And you go on these convoys and they're like 12 hours, 14 hours, 16 hours. And most of the time you're driving like only 4 miles or 5 miles.
And you joined the Marines right after high school? What's that, like 17, 18 years old?
I turned 18 in boot camp.
Okay. Boot camp. I always hear stories about boot camp. That shit sucks, right?
Yeah.
I always hear about the gas room where you go in and you throw up, like you have to throw up or something, and you got to be inside this room with gas and inhale all this gas, and that's not for me, man. You know, God bless you.
Yeah, it's not bad. Actually, I'm lying, like a motherfucker. That shit sucked.
Yeah,
but like they
do you wear a gas mask, or it's just
you wear a gas mask? But then there's a part towards the end, like, so you're thinking they have you do jumping jacks and all this other stuff with the mask on. Next thing you know, they're like, you're thinking you're done, and they're like, oh, actually, we want you to do jumping jacks, but take your mask off first. But what they tell you is, like, take a deep breath, then take your mask off. But whenever someone tells you to take a deep breath, you never take a deep breath. It's almost like you're like, and you kind of like think like, all right, I'll be good to go. And then you start panicking when you take the mask off. And it's not because there's any air going into your lungs because you're not breathing. I think it's more so that you're panicking because you know that it's like all gas and you just took your mask off.
Yeah, you're just scared
and then everybody just fucking panics. Like, you take a deep breath and then the heat starts killing your neck and pause, and it just sucks. Start spazzing on people, you start sneezing and puking and stuff, and that sucked. But
How long were you a Marine for?
8 years.
8 years. Mm-hmm. Semper Fi. Hoorah! That's what they do, right? Would I get in trouble for doing that?
Dude, you gotta say it. He sounds like a
No stolen,
he sounds like a
no
vet.
stolen valor here. I'm not a veteran, but it is. I would name my Call of Duty classes. Like, the one Call of Duty class would be named Hoorah with like 3 exclamation points. Yep, that was my mentality.
What made you become an officer, police officer?
Honest truth, it was I got out of the Marines and I joined the Air Force, and I only joined the Air Force because I wanted to like get a career like out of it, like a part-time job at the base or whatever to make some decent money. And then the test came up, and I'm like, yeah, I guess I'll take the test. I'm never gonna become a cop. Like, let me just take it and see where it goes. And I took it and got the call, and I was surprised, you know. And I never in my life would have thought I was a cop, because the way we all grew up and shit, and like just seeing what I seen and we all seen growing up on the West Side or whatever. Like, I never thought I'd be a cop. Like,
Was it everything you expected, or less or more? Or?
No, because I used to think cops were dicks and assholes, and I used to get picked on all the time, like with my car, and like just being the wrong place, wrong time.
What kind of car?
At the time?
At the time.
An Evo.
Ooh.
What is it about people slowing down every time they see a fucking
right?
cop? What the fuck?
That's the worst thing you can do.
I'm tired of that shit.
People that slow down when they see a cop are basically just telling the cop.
Dude, the speed limit is 65. Everyone is doing 65. They see the cop, now they want to do 50.
No.
Why?
Pro tip.
Oh, let's get it.
If it's 65, go 70. Go 73. Go 75. Don't go 60. And if you go 60, you're going to get pulled over. If you go 65, you're going to get pulled over.
Like, if you go the exact speed limit?
Yeah, because who does that? Nobody does that. You look more suspicious to me doing, like, following the law as is than not following the law at all.
That's so ass backwards, but
it makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense.
That's how you get most of, because chances are, if you're going that slow, you don't want to get pulled over. In your head, you're like, I'm not going to get pulled over because I'm going the exact speed limit.
Have you given a speeding ticket?
Years ago.
What's the fastest you ever clocked somebody going over the speed limit?
We don't clock anybody. So my department doesn't have, at least not all of us have the radars to kind of just stop.
How accurate are those?
It depends on the calibration and all this other stuff. I'll park in like a little corner area where I can see the stop sign, and you can basically count based on like a fixed object how long it took them to get there and the speed limit kind of.
No.
But I usually just do that and pull them over for like eating the stop sign. And like there's like different degrees of eating a stop sign. Like there's like a roll where like you kind of just slow down but you're not really stopping, and then you keep going. California roll.
You don't appreciate the stop and go. What if there's ice? This is Buffalo, man.
Well, if you're stopping, if you stop completely, you know, I'm not gonna mess with you.
Yeah.
If you roll through it, everybody
Yeah.
does it. I do
Yeah.
it too, so I'm not gonna pull
When
you
you see
over.
someone like try to stop at like a red light that just turned, but they just eat it. Cause I got pulled over once. The guy was like, "I had to pull you over. I seen you try." I was in a semi truck though, trying to fucking stop.
That's a different situation though. Like, I'll never mess with you if you break the law a little bit or bend the law. But if you're by the book, you're suspicious. I'm sorry. You're like, there's a reason why you're like trying to be like this model citizen, because I don't think you're like that 24/7. So that's gonna be more of a reason for me to like be like, this guy's definitely. And chances are I'm always right.
Yeah. Fact,
60% of the time I'm correct. 100% of the time.
fact, or myth? Is there a quota? What's the quota?
Yeah,
everyone's
what
talking
is
about?
that?
What the fuck?
Where by a
Oh, they
certain,
must have a quota to meet.
yeah, it's
I'm about to get exposed.
shift changed.
All right, I'm gonna take my glasses off for this.
It's about to get real, folks.
We, as in us, like locally, we don't have one. There's departments more than likely, I'm pretty sure of it, that have it. Like small departments, like small towns, where like that's like their income for like the local authorities and like all the agencies and stuff. Like that's like their income. So they have to like pull you over and stuff and like, you know, give you a ticket even
like
for the smallest.
yeah, I was about to say.
Because you know how it works. They'll give you a ticket. They'll give you a ticket for something that you're gonna plead not guilty for in at the court.
Yeah.
But when you get to court, you're gonna be like not guilty. So like they're gonna be like, okay, so if you're not guilty, fine. We'll bump it down to 2 parking tickets.
Right.
But those parking tickets are expensive as hell each.
So they're just trying to
But that
get
money
money
goes-
for the town.
That money goes to the town instead of the money going to like the state or something. So some people have quotas. We don't. I can
As in the city of Buffalo.
correct.
Okay. That's good to know. That's good to know.
What's the dumbest thing or situation you've ever encountered during a traffic stop?
I had a lady drive off on me, and yeah, that's dumb. That's dumb. Like,
Did you just
Like
say
that-
fuck it, or did you?
Yeah, I was about to
pursue?
say, did you pursue? Was
no,
it-
I said fuck it because it's like
Wow, so she's probably like, that's a story. She's a legend
That's
in
her story.
in her circle.
Yeah.
she's probably on a podcast right now saying that's the craziest thing she's ever done to a cop.
Yeah,
Right.
the name of the
of
name
car
of the
was it?
podcast is like the
Hold that charge.
What kind of car was it? Was there any catching her? Could you have got her if you wanted to?
It was. I think she was driving like a Cadillac. Actually,
Yeah, you could have got her.
yeah, I could have easily got her.
So she was older.
She was actually probably my age.
Really?
Yeah.
Old boxy caddy, new caddy.
Oh, her caddy was like a 13, 14, like a newer ish.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
that's dope. I
Military.
just think it's dope that you're
police.
yeah. But
Jack of all trades. What's next?
yeah.
Hopefully one of those like season ticket holders that lives in Florida most of the year and only shows up like once in a while and sells all my season tickets for like cheap on the marketplace. That's it. That's what's next. I want to be just retired and just freaking living life.
Is there any way you can get me a ride on one of those jets?
Air Force?
Yes.
Yeah.
I could actually. I'm well. What do you mean, like actual fighter jet?
Yeah, like the ones that go over the stadium.
The ones that make my face
stupid
go.
fucking fast, and they do like barrel rolls.
I'm pretty sure you got to go through like some special training to even get on those.
Dude,
Really?
Tom Cruise can fly one.
Yeah, fuck out of here.
Have you seen Tom Cruise train for movies like this?
Dude, yes.
Yeah.
He's legitimate.
I can do that.
He's also like 4'5". In case you guys didn't know, he's
4'5", really?
He's like 5'2". He's short.
That's crazy.
Damn.
It's like Arnold.
I
Arnold.
expected Tom Cruise to be like at least
You
6'3".
think Arnold's big and he's like 5'7".
Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Arnold Schwarzenegger's
5'7"?
like 5'7".
He's not 5'7".
Can we get a fact check?
Can we
How
get a fact
tall is
check?
Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Yeah, I don't.
How tall is Arnold Schwarzenegger? He's 6'2".
Yeah, that is so far off of 5'7". It's not even funny.
I mean,
Where did you hear that?
That's true.
Where did you hear that? You said that with
that.
so much confidence.
I heard that somewhere.
Like he's 5'7". I'm 5'7".
I heard that somewhere. I heard that they make him look bigger in movies. That he's not that big.
Well, just like Tom Cruise, they'll have
comparing to who?
yeah. And Tom Cruise, they'll have special angles on how to film him
Yeah.
to make him look taller than what he actually is.
Right. Because in Jack Reacher, I mean, you think the guy is 6'8".
I mean, I don't blame him. I'm 6'2" on Tinder, so I respect that.
6'2".
6'2" on Tinder, easily.
How's Tinder doing these days?
I haven't really been using it,
Yeah, me neither.
but last time I did, I put 6'2", and I got a bunch of comments and replies and messages.
Got a bunch of swipes.
Yeah, I got swipe right. Every female. It's on. Then they get disappointed, but I don't give them that satisfaction. I'll like entertain it, and then when we go out, I kind of just won't even meet them, just to kind of like ruin their day or whatever. But
So you just go out to the same spot, and then you'll see them like get there, and then they'd be by themselves, and you just have a good time while they're by themselves.
yeah, like a
That's fucking player, bro.
I've done that a lot actually,
That's awesome.
and it's like a defense mechanism, so I can see that they're like actually fire. And then if they are, then I'm like, shit, I'm still not gonna go up to them because they think that I'm 6'2". I don't want to embarrass myself.
Right.
But then if they're ugly, damn, you think I'm 6'2" and I'm still gonna stand you up. Like,
Somebody was just telling me about this guy that was supposed to go on a blind date with this chick. And he got to the restaurant. He sat down with some chick just to find out that at the end of dinner, it wasn't the chick he was supposed to meet up with.
did he take her home?
No, they just said goodbye to each other.
That's sad.
They didn't kick it?
Oh. Actually, I don't know how that story ends.
Is this true?
But yeah, it's true. Imagine going to a blind date thinking you're with the person you're supposed to be blind dating with, and it's not even the person at the end of the night.
You know what's scarier than that? Imagine going on a first date and paying for the bill yourself.
I mean,
Is it not
I
scary?
mean,
Do you guys do that?
then I'm
Yeah.
scared shitless because that's what I've done.
yeah.
Oh,
That's not a thing in your
What you
In
get the
circles?
discount? Is this like a military police discount?
military thing.
no.
Yeah, this is a military thing.
There's. So I'm pretty straightforward with women on these apps. If I go on a date with them, and I'm like, let's be honest, like chances are, if we don't kick it, this is the last time I'm ever gonna see you.
No.
The hell do I look like paying for a big ass meal if we go to fucking Texas to Brazil or something? And I'm never gonna
Take
see you
your
again.
Texas State Brazil.
One thing I have heard about
Take them to like Applebee's.
That's still
Two for
$20,
$20.
$30 out of my pocket.
right.
That is true, but it's better than 70, 80 at Texas State Brazil, which, by the way, is delicious.
Delicioso.
One thing I have heard about these military individuals is getting married.
Military individuals.
Yes, getting married to take these individuals, the individuals that get married, to take advantage of the income.
That's legitimate.
I know.
Yeah.
Like, how is it bigger than what I think, or
No,
You get paid more when you're married?
yeah?
Yes.
Like a significant amount?
Significant amount. So these guys, they want to marry. Just number one, the biggest reason they want to marry is so they can move out of the dorms. Because in the dorms, the barracks, you're living with somebody, and if you're married, they pay you for rent. So like they'll pay you a set amount, and if your rent is like $400, then you can pocket the rest of the money. So that's one way to make money. And then if you get married, you get an extra bump to your pay. So that's more money coming in. So these guys marry anybody just for the sake of getting married. And unfortunately, a lot of them marry strippers, or they'll marry, women that kind of like
Quick cash, need quick money.
I thought they were doing it again amongst each other.
No, they won't marry each other. No, they'll marry. Chances are they'll fall in love, and then they'll marry somebody that's like cute or petite, and then 2 kids later they look like not cute and petite, and they're stuck with them. And they don't even like them to begin with. They're kind of just like, just with it because intentionally they were just, at first they were just doing it for the money. And now you're stuck with them. So that's why you do it.
Appreciate your service and your continued service as both an active Air Force and police officer. We got Game 7 tomorrow as we're taping this. Are the Celtics going to win?
Yes. By 2.
Okay, so the Celtics won. It's a future Tito. The Celtics won. Enjoy your day. Take it easy and celebrate this victory. Text Bert, text Ave, text Danny, text everybody just how happy you are that you advanced. And if not, the next episode's going to be some good content because I'm going to be very sad. So, to future Tito, embrace and prepare for whatever's coming. Like and subscribe on the YouTube, please. It really helps. Leave a review, 5 stars on the podcast apps, Spotify, Apple, wherever you get your podcasts from. And you guys have a nice weekend and stay swell.